Former New York Congressman George Santos is now a free man today. The disgraced Republican was released from a prison in New Jersey last night after receiving a commutation from President Trump. In a post on social media announcing the decision, Trump said he believes Santos's 7-year sentence was excessive, even suggesting Santos's politics played a role in this decision. I want to bring in now former federal prosecutor Neama Rahmani. He is also the president of West Coast Trial Lawyers. Neama, good to see you. So what's your point of view on George Santos receiving 87 months for wire fraud, identity theft, serving only 3 months in the end in prison?
Frederica, great seeing you too. And the president is handing out presidential pardons and commutations like Halloween candy, and it just goes to show that flattery will get you everywhere. Santos wrote a letter to the president, and his sentence was commuted shortly thereafter. And let's be clear, this wasn't just about lying during an election. This is someone who defrauded the government and who defrauded the Republican Party as well, to the tune of tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So what are the potential ramifications from this?
Well, the president's pardon power is absolute, Frederica, so there's nothing that can be done about it. Obviously, we saw some criticism of President Joe Biden when he pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. So these pardons are controversial. There's not much anyone can really do about it because it's just politics and it's not the law. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next big pardon is Sean Diddy Combs, because I know his team is angling for one as well.
Does it in any way undermine the judicial process?
It's certainly a problem when you're a prosecutor. You spend months, sometimes years, working up a case in the investigative phase. You present it to the grand jury, then to a trial jury. You get your conviction. You go through sentencing. And in this particular case, Santos was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison. And then with a stroke of his pen, he's released from prison. So certainly demoralizing to the rank and file prosecutors who are handling these types of cases.
So Santos received a commutation, not a pardon, from Trump. What are the distinctions here?
So the distinction is that he is still a convicted felon, and he's going to have all the ramifications and consequences of that. So, for instance, probably can't own a weapon, for instance. But other than that, he's going to be a free man. We may see one of his infamous cameo appearances any day now.
Could he run for office again?
He could run for office. Now, there's nothing preventing a felon from holding federal office. Obviously, the president himself has several felony convictions, 34, I believe. So aside from the gun ownership and other restrictions, potentially not being able to vote, depending on the state, he can run for office again.
All right. I also want to talk about the president's former national security advisor, John Bolton. This week, Bolton was indicted on 18 counts of mishandling classified information. Bolton has pleaded not guilty. From what you know about this case, does the government have a solid case?
I do, Frederica. And a lot of people are critical of this indictment because, of course, Bolton is a vocal critic of the president. But this isn't U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan in the Eastern District of Virginia who brought the Comey case or the Letitia James case. This is Kelly Hayes in the District of Maryland. And Bolton's homes were raided in August, his home and his office in D.C., and apparently he had a lot of classified documents on an AOL email server, and there were emails sent to 2 individuals. A lot of folks believe it was his wife and child. Well, John Bolton, Frederica, should have known better. Here's someone who was the former national security advisor, who's been very critical of folks like Hillary Clinton and how she handled classified information, current Secretary of War Hegseth and the Signal chat. So certainly can't do this. And again, very different case than the Comey and James case, in my opinion.
All right. Neama Rahmani, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Great to see you too, Fred. Talk soon.
All right.